There it went. I'll be watching for who all's coming on here with me. I'll be watching your comments, and I'm going to give a brief introduction as new people join us every time. What we're doing on these sessions, I have a website called globalinrising.com where you can go to join a global movement where we are taking our power back from the matrix. We're literally unmaking the matrix by retrieving the energy that we put into it with our anger and sadness and fear and our judgments and our habits, and actually recreating the world that we want to live in, recreating ourselves. All right. That's what this is all about. These sessions, these quantum questions sessions are where people come on live with me, bring me their concerns, their issues, their problems, challenges, and I meet those issues with what I call quantum questions, which is how we unmake the universe. Now, that will make more sense to you later if you're brand new. So I encourage you to just be curious. And what you can do to get the most out of this session is watch the comments that I put on the screen as people type in what their issues are, and then listen to how I turn it and turn it and turn it. And I meet every issue that you bring to me, I meet it with infinity, and the issues dissolve. Pretty cool stuff, I will say. So welcome everybody. As you come on, you say who you is. Well, I see who you is and where you is, so we can get a feel for this global audience that's gathering together. I see Michael over in South Carolina. Love you, buddy. I will tell you the kind of exciting news for me right now. Nathan, Suki, and Adion are actually on watching live. Hey, Erika, good to see you. Kurt, always good over in Denver. Otmar in Austria. Port Richey, Florida. Hey, Diane. Christine in the UK. Christy in Alabama. Tom in Pasadena. Crystal in South Carolina. Love you, girl. Good to see you. Rochelle in South Africa. Welcome, Lori. Good to see you again. Natalie in New Zealand. I don't know if you ever noticed this, but you are NZ from NZ. I think there's a conspiracy there. Philemon, good to see you over in Trinidad, Tobago. Joanne in Scotland. I just love saying that word. And Christine in Portugal. April in Houston. Travis in Michigan. Peter in Belgium. Everybody, welcome, welcome. Hey, Ans in the Netherlands. Everybody, if I don't say your name, it's only because I'm going to start helping now. I appreciate you all doing that. And again, just feel it, everybody. You can get this sense like, wow, see the lights on the map all over the globe. No matter how many people join one of these sessions, 10 or 100 or 1,000, we have this global awesomeness. And by breathing deep and choosing presence ourselves, we can affect hundreds or thousands of miles around us. All right. So let us get to it. Turning lead into gold, baby. That's what we're doing around here. All right. So I'm glad you're here too, Donna. All right. Here we go. Is everything I experience truly a reflection of myself trying to teach me something, or are there things to look out for? I would say the only thing that I'm going to be looking out for is reflections of myself teaching or reminding me. And I have used that phrase, teach me something. So I'm going to use questions, and I'm going to do this in a slightly different angle. And I see the other comments starting to come in. So I'm going to do my best to get to everybody that I can today. Hey, aloha, Win in France. All right, so here we go. Why is it that today I realized that there are no lessons to learn? That's a spiritual, mental idea that a lot of people believe in. But why is it that I realized that in an infinite universe that is infinite energy, that means it's by definition infinite, means indefinable. It can't be defined. So what that leads me to realize is that I can slice and dice it any number of ways. I mean, I can literally explain the universe 100 billion trillion quadrillion ways from 400 million trillion quadrillion different angles, and none of them will be perfectly accurate because I'm attempting to describe the indescribable. I'm attempting to define the indefinable. It can't be done. So what I'm aiming to do is to simplify my observation. And I have discovered that there is a phrase I once did a live that I call the ABCs of consciousness, the ABC of being awake. And that boils down to 3 words: always, believe, craziness. That's not it. It's assume benevolence continuously or constantly. Assume benevolence. What does that mean? Assume benevolence continuously. That means be absolutely positive that everything that's happening is benevolent. It's for you. There is one infinite, unlimited being that is. There's only one. This God and devil thing, man, that's been running the show for a long time. Sometimes they disguise it as good versus evil. The dark versus the light. Neo versus Agent Smith. Sith versus Jedi. Well, that shit's everywhere, isn't it? Fast versus furious. No, that's not it. But you see what I'm saying? Assume benevolence constantly means, what if there is no bad? What if there's only light and there is no dark? Dark is a word that we made up to describe a state when there's no visible light, but it's still full of infinite light. There's no darkness. So what if there's no evil? What if there's only love? What if hate is a word that we made up when we're not seeing love because we're blinded to it, but not because love is not here? So if there's only love and there's no opposite of love, if there's only joy and no opposite of joy, if there's only peace and no opposite of peace, then I can assume benevolence continuously. I can assume that everything that is ever happening is me happening for me. And when I perceive something bad happening, I'm not perceiving benevolence. I'm looking out for something. And here comes the kicker, baby. When you're looking out for something, you're going to find it. I once heard, when I was maybe in my 20s, I knew some people that were really seriously into trouble and fighting and shit. And I heard somebody say, if you go out looking for trouble, you're going to find it. I would say there's probably truth in that. If you go out looking for trouble, you're going to fucking find it. But if you assume benevolence continuously, yeah, honestly, I'm agreeing with you guys. Listen, this is enough. We don't need any more. If you get this, you're done. You got it. So if you're looking out for things, you're going to find them. You're going to see them. You're going to hear a creak in the middle of the night. Was that someone at the door? It was a mouse farting outside. Okay, breathe and chill. But Brian, what about the bad things that happen? Are you sure they're bad? Might that not be happening for your benefit? Now, what about this? What about this? What about this? What about, well, Brian, but sometimes people break in at night and kill people. Sometimes surely that's bad. No, it's only perceived as bad to your ego because you believe that when you die, you fucking die. You believe that. What if we were in the place of such trust that we knew that even if that thing that I fear kills me, it happened for me because the real me can't die. Now, see, this is where all of us spiritual fucks, out of one side of our mouths, we say all is one. And out of the other side, we say, I should be worried about something. Out of one side of our mouth, we say everything is energy. And out of the other side, we cuss the fact that we just stubbed our toe. Out of one side of our mouth, we say everything is happening for me. Everything's happening for me. And out of the other side, we're terrified. Okay. We say no one dies, but then we're afraid of death. But if there's no death, so in Hinduism, there is a concept that basically says, loosely translated, if you swat a fly and kill it while it's flying, it has no fucking idea. It just keeps on flying. It doesn't know its body just got smashed. It just keeps on flying. And I'm telling you, from being dead for 30 minutes when I was 16, listen, you do too. When you so-called die, you just keep right on flying. You don't end. I'm telling you, you don't end. And it's amazing. Listen, I almost can't wait till I die again. But I'm enjoying being in a body with my family, so I'm not in any hurry to do it. So what if my trust was so high that I said, even if something kills me, I'll be fine. Even if something kills this body, I'll be fine. The one that doesn't want to die, the one that fears dying, the one that's looking out for something, is the part of me that believes it's separate. And we've been in such a habit of letting that part of us that believes it's separate run the show that we forgot that I am, and I can't be harmed or killed. Okay, so Adion, who is 8, about to turn 9, just said, death is not death, it's rebirth. You got that right. I couldn't agree more, buddy. All right. Now, I did see a couple more questions. Crystal, you can let me know if that helps. So, by the way, while we're playing this game here, everybody, one of the things that we're doing is if what I say helps, comment, feedback, reflect, and let everybody soak it up. If what I say brings up more questions, type in the questions and I'll be on it with you. Okay. So, let's see. I did see that there were a couple. Okay, here we go. Had to scroll up quite a bit. Martell, Liam, I love him too. All right, here we go. Y'all ready for this? Why is it that I realized with my husband, why did I realize there's nothing scary? Nothing is scary. I just feel fear. And why, when I realized that, did I actually look and go, wait. I was living my life thinking these things are scary. These things are not. These things are scary. I thought that the business was making me excited. And of course, in my life up until now, sometimes when I felt excited, which means stirred by something outside myself, I felt scared. But to make it scary makes me a victim, puts me in prison. What if things get more scary? What if I get more excited? So what if I decided in this moment, you know what? We're starting a new business. I am choosing to be enthused rather than excited. I'm choosing to be enthused. Now, all of a sudden, what the fuck is scary? No, oh my God, let's find out what's next. Oh, the next, now what? Now what? What do I prefer? Oh, now this just happened. What do I prefer now? This just happened. What do I prefer? I'm not excited and scared of what's out there. I'm enthused and competent and capable from here. Why did I finally choose presence? Why did I choose presence? Why did I choose to calm down and breathe and aim my energy in the direction that I want to go, assuming benevolence continuously? And why did I realize that no matter what happens with the business, everything is perfect? Oh, I just saw this one. Why is it that money why is it that no matter how much money I have or don't have, I admit there's more where that came from? Why is it that I realize that money comes from wherever it is? I don't have to think about it. I don't have to worry about it. All I do is love and breathe and choose presence, and I am guided moment to moment. Welcome, Natalie, in Belgium. Our Belgian crowd is growing over there. Okay, Kurt. Why is it that I finally realized that every word following the word fear is bullshit? Why did I look at my own comment here? Fear of doing. Why did I look at it and I said, no, fear. I just feel fear, period. Okay. So if I think about dancing in the street, I notice I feel fear, but I'm not sure that it's fear of dancing in the street. I only know that when I thought about dancing in the street, I felt fear or embarrassment. So why did I sit and ask the question, which is more important to me, my fear or my joy? The risk of being embarrassed or my joy? What if it's possible that me going out there in my joy would inspire someone else to do the same? Why is it that I stopped and I felt my fear and loved it? And in the process of loving and feeling my fear, it dissolved in the light of my love and I found myself dancing in the fucking street. Hey, Daryl in Houston. If you're looking for love, you will never find it. Why did I finally wake up and realize the unbelievably crazy, deep, profound awareness? If I'm looking for love, I'm presuming and intending that I don't already see it, and therefore I blind myself to its ever presence in my life. Thank you. Carl is reminding everybody, make sure you hit the thumbs and the hearts and the smiley faces and comment and do all that stuff to make sure more people see this video. Aloha, Joan. Aloha, Mary. Merritt. Aloha. Why did I stop wishing to become pregnant? Why is it, ladies, women, girls, listen to me if you want to. Why did I realize that wishing to be pregnant infinitely raised the probability of me opening my legs in a direction that I would regret later? Why did I realize that wishing to be pregnant is being in total opposition to what is? Why did I realize in this moment that infinite, unlimited beings don't wish for a motherfucking thing? They intend. And in that intention, they're guided moment to moment into the most perfect way. And that my wishing to be pregnant might have brought about something I don't want. Why is it that I accept the possibility that in this life, I may or may not have a child? Why is it that I accept the possibility that my wishing to be pregnant is a direct fight in opposition against the fact that I'm not, which means I'm not assuming benevolence continuously, which means I'm suffering needlessly because of my wish? I could say I prefer to be pregnant. And under what circumstances do you prefer to? Do you want to just, like, I don't know, meet a cat in the alley and get quickly impregnated by a cat or a dog? Or, like, I'm guessing, Merritt, I'm messing with you. You have more involved in that desire. So drop the wish, feel the desire, feel the intention. Under what circumstances would you want to have a child? Focus more energy there. Why is it that when I dropped my wish for something that isn't, I was able to tap purely into my true desire and preference, and suddenly it effortlessly came about? Why is it that I realize today, as long as I was telling myself that the world is asleep, I was never going to have peace with myself or others? Why did I admit that if I'm perceiving anything as magnified, that is telling me that my attention is on it, which is the exact opposite of peace? So I'm literally choosing and creating non-peace while I'm saying that what I want is peace. So why did I stop all that crazy bullshit and choose peace? And why, when I calmed down and I listened and I heard Brian for the 497,018 and 11th time, that I heard him say it, I actually finally stopped. I didn't like abuse myself or criticize myself for taking that many times. It's just, here I am now, ready. Why is it that I chose presence? And when I chose presence and I breathed and I calmed down and I found my center and I became fully present, suddenly I realized the world is infinitely awake and everything is happening perfectly right now. Boom. 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 What is the difference between the feelings of scary and excitement? I know where you're coming from, David, even without, perfect clarity. I know where you're coming from. And I'm going to say right now that scary isn't a feeling. We're all just so fucking crazy from the insane programming that we've taken on in our lives that we say it is scary and we think we're talking about our feelings. No, we're not. You're making something outside of yourself have the power to be scary rather than simply admitting, I feel fear. And how are you ever going to be able to do anything with your feelings when you're attributing it to something outside of yourself and giving it the fucking power? All right. I'm a few minutes over. I'm going to do one more. Why is it that I quit believing in health issues? Why is it that I quit thinking I had health issues? Why is it that I realized health issues is a thought? It's not reality. What is I'm noticing sensations in my body. What's happening is I'm noticing sometimes a little bit of mucusiness when I breathe. What's happening is that I'm noticing this swelling right here. Why is it that I'm noticing sometimes? Why is it I notice symptoms, and instead of labeling it health issues and putting myself in hell issues, why is it that instead I said, let me feel these symptoms. Let me feel these sensations in my body and see what they're trying to communicate to me. Why is it that calling them health issues prevented me from ever fucking hearing what they were telling me? And why did I wake up from that today? And when I did, why did everything change? Why did I say, oh my God, I will never use that phrase again. I'm never going to say I'm sick. I'm never going to say I'm ill. I'm never going to say I've got a fucking disease. I'm not going to use any of those words, nor am I going to think about health issues. I'm going to listen to my body. Oh my God, I'm noticing some mucus. Let me see. What did I eat for the last few days? Anything else going on? What's going on? Why did I tune into my body and become curious, always assuming benevolence continuously? These symptoms for my body are not fucking health issues. They're my body acting benevolently to communicate to me, but I got programmed by a medical society and crazy fucking parents. Not their fault. They all meant well. I got programmed to think in terms of health issues. And why today did I wake up? And why am I so grateful to Brian? Yay for asking me these questions. All right. Look at this. I'm just going to show this on my way out. Okay, so I'm 23 minutes into my 15-minute promise, and I'm just going to show this. Boomity, bamity, bibbity bobbity boo. For real. All right. So I'm done for today. I love you all. Wow. Look at the, wow. Look at the love flowing in. So keep that love flowing, everybody. I am with you. I just want to close by saying a couple of quick items here. Number one, if you haven't, I recommend and invite you to go to globalinrising.com. Join the movement that is not against anything. It assumes benevolence constantly, and it will help you with tools and actions that you can take right now, not against anything or anyone. So we can dissolve the fear and the disease and all the illusions of suffering in this world. And we that want to can step into the loving world that we prefer. And everything in there is 100% free. And share it. And I want to remind you, there's nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong with you. You haven't done anything wrong. You never did anything wrong. You never made any mistakes. It's not actually possible. You're an infinite, unlimited being of energy, projecting out of eternity into this illusion of time and space to have experience. Let yourself off the hook. Right behind you, holding your hand, and right in the middle of your heart and all around you is the infinite, unlimited, perfect one that you actually are. Relax, choose presence, and you'll find, oh, that's right. I just forgot for a few decades. And I'm with you. And I appreciate all the gratitude. And I love you too. All right. You know what? I'm going to answer one more question because somebody just got smart ass with me. Okay. You ready? And this is going to be a huge answer. I'm just teasing Grace. I don't know if you're getting smart ass with me or not. I assume benevolence. Okay, if we are perfect, why do we have to do quantum questions? First item, I never heard anybody in my life ever say that we have to. Now, if nothing is wrong, then why are you doing what you're doing? Would something have to be wrong in order for me to comfort my child or show them love? Would I need something wrong in order for me to decide to go get exercise for the benefit of my body? Would I need something wrong in my space in order for me to decide to neaten it up and enhance it? Maybe put up some posters to make things the way I prefer? Does something have to be wrong in order for me to choose to prefer? So a couple more examples here. Can everything be perfect exactly the way it is, and I accept the absolute perfection, nothing wrong, nothing bad, and then notice in the midst of it, wow, this is perfect, and I would prefer some of this right now? Do I need to make chocolate ice cream wrong and bad in order to prefer vanilla today? Do I need to make ice cream bad or wrong or anything else in order for it? I think I'm going to have some broccoli instead. There's a presumption here that something has to be wrong and that I must be doing this to fix a wrong. I'm not doing this to fix any wrongs. Everything is perfect, and we can still prefer this now. You could be sitting petting your dog in absolute bliss for the last hour. It's perfect. It's perfect. And then you say, you know what? And that's enough of this. I think I feel like going to pet the cat now. And that's perfect too. You don't have to make, now petting the dog is wrong. No, it has nothing to do whatsoever with wrong or everything not being perfect. The universe is infinite, unlimited, perfect energy in a state of constant flux and contrast. I am the chooser in the midst, and in the midst of it, I can say, what would I prefer now? Oh, now I notice this set of circumstances, and what would I prefer now? And I accept the perfection, and what would I prefer now? And I accept this perfection, and what would I prefer now? I don't need to make anything right or wrong or better or worse or good or bad or positive or negative or any of that stuff. So you can let me know. I'll be watching the comments over the next couple of days. Let me know if that helps or reflects anything. And thank you for a beautiful, beautiful couple of questions there. I love you all. See you tomorrow.